beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for a page pull. Louise Hay's Heart Thoughts, one of my favorite books. My mom actually gifted it to me this year. It was so random. She had it in her attic. And not that she's not the type to read this kind of stuff, but she's been up there for years. And she was like, oh, I saw the word heart and I thought of you and I figured you'd like this book. Meanwhile, now it's like my favorite book ever. So how funny is that, how the universe works? It finds things that it knows that we need and it brings it to us. So let's see what message, speaking of that, let's see what message we need to hear today. If you've been dealing with fear, anxiety, if you're feeling the collective fear, meaning the fear in your community, in the world, and the way you know this, I did a post about this the other day, is you wake up and you're just already thinking like worst case scenario thoughts. And you're like, I don't usually go there in my mind. Like, yeah, we all worry and we all have fear, but it's like obsessive, like every single thought about every area of your life. You're like, I'm going to get sick. I'm not going to make enough money. Something's going to happen to my family, or I'm not going to be able to find a job, or whatever it is for you. You start to have this like cycle of negative thinking. That usually means you're tapping into collective fear. You're a sensitive being. You are picking up the energy that's out in the world. And what you need to do is you need to pull back your energy, take a bath, go for a walk, cleanse with Palo Santo or sage, take a nap, read a good book, surround yourself with spiritual content to bring you back into alignment. We got to get your mind back into the thoughts that always bring you joy and no resistance, and you feel good and you feel hopeful again. I always call it, I lose my magic. Sometimes I just feel like I'm not my magical self and I'm not like believing in the signs. And it's like, I haven't seen them in a while. And I'm like, wait, where did I go? It's because I'm tapped into this fear bubble that a lot of other people live in. And sometimes that happens to me just from watching somebody else's video that's negative, and I'll quickly turn it off, but I've jumped into that fear bubble. Or maybe I saw a person at the store that was not having a good day and I kind of picked up that energy. And it's not always their energy. If I've picked it up, now it's mine. And now I have to be responsible with my physical form and my aura and make sure I cleanse. Speaking of that, I watched a video the other day about how to know whether you've picked up somebody else's energy. It actually doesn't really matter. If you're feeling discomfort, you only worry about you. Yes, you can see like, oh, wow, I got it from this place or from that store or from this video or whatever it is. But what do you do then? So you identify it as somebody else's, but it's affecting your body. So it's now yours. So what do? You have to find a practice to help you. So I hope that helps you, because I spent a lot of time on this journey being like, I can't be around people, I'm going to pick up their stuff, and we can't like box ourselves in. We have to be out in the world. We have to spread our light, and we have to learn how to manage and cleanse our physical form. Okay. Let's see what message we are meant to hear today. Okay, when one door closes, another opens. This is wild because I mentioned this yesterday with this new moon energy. Okay, it says life is a series of doors closing and opening. We walk from room to room having different experiences. Many of us would like to close some doors on old negative patterns, old blocks, things that are no longer nourishing or useful for ourselves. Many of us are in the process of opening new doors and finding wonderful new experiences, sometimes a learning experience and sometimes a joyous experience. It is all part of life, and we need to know that we are really safe. It is only change. From the very first door that we open when we come to this planet to the very last door that we open when we leave this planet, we are always safe. I love that. It is only change. We are at peace with our own inner beings. Oh, I love this. We see ourselves as safe and secure and loved, and so it is. And then the quote on the left says, quote, I am willing to change. Are you hesitating? Do you feel that it is not true? What is the belief that is in the way? Remember, it is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. So if you're wanting to close a door, if you're wanting to open a new door, there is some sort of belief system in your mind and in your body that you're holding on to that's keeping you from taking that step or shutting that door. And I just took a fear course called Fear Alchemy. And this course is amazing. It is all about figuring out what that core belief is. You know, for me, fear of failure. And when I was little, I failed some tests and I got in a lot of trouble. And it resulted in verbal abuse, physical abuse, and all that jazz. So for me now, my cute little Michelle inside of me thinks anytime she fails, she's going to get physically hurt and she's going to get verbally hurt and nobody's going to love her and she's going to be alone and she's not going to be able to survive on her own. So now for me, even putting out content with the fear of failure, what if nobody likes it? Or what if I do a reading with somebody and it's unsuccessful and they don't get the messages that they wanted? I had to step through that and find that my core belief was, if I fail, I'll get hurt and I won't be loved. So when I finally realized that, hand on my heart, hand on my belly, and I say, Michelle, it's okay. You're not going to get hurt anymore. People need you. I need you. And we need to feel good in our lives. And we need to go do what we came here to do, which is share our messages, which is to help people doing readings. And I'm not going to let my fear stop me from doing that anymore. I don't fear failure anymore. But the feeling still stirs in my body, but I recognize that fear and I thank it because it's leading me to where I want to go. So if you're about to go on an audition, I have one friend who's auditioning to be a dancer, and I have another friend going on an interview, and they're like, I don't know if I should be doing this. It doesn't feel right. I feel so much anxiety around it. And I'm like, no, your anxiety is saying, yes, like you're supposed to go this way. You can do this. You just have to step through that fear. You're going to have things bubble up in your body, but we have to learn how to soothe first, regulate our nervous system, and then figure out, why am I not wanting to do this? What's the core belief here? Oh, my body is freaking out because I'm fearing that if I fail at what this thing is that I'm about to do, whether it's a job interview, if I don't get it, then that means I'm going to get hurt. And we have to rewire our brains and say, no, there's no proof. I might get the job and it might be the most amazing job on the planet. So that's how we have to step through. Okay. So I hope this message helped you be somebody that is willing to close a door and open a new one. And if you want to try out this course, there's a link below. It's free. It's donation based. It's really easy to follow. And Ben and Joe's content is like, there's so much content. They even share their personal stories on their fear story. Or I know Joe, he left the NFL to go search for who he was and to find his truth. Ben has done so many, he like quit his 9-to-5 job. He also lost $40,000. So he talks about all of these different fears in his relationships with love and intimacy and commitment, fearing being trapped. Sorry, I could go on, but all of this content is on there. And you can just click and watch all these videos for free. I would recommend donating because I believe any work, any service to our planet is helpful and deserves to be energetically paid for. So if you feel called, definitely donate some money. I donated a couple $100s for the course and it has helped me immensely. Look how I'm able to speak so freely about it. And I'm helping all of my clients overcome their fears. So if you want to do this course, and then if you're feeling like it really lit you up and you're enjoying it, you can book a session with me and I can walk you through your fear and how to overcome it. Because the key is to identify your core belief, and then how do we get you to step through it to close that door or to open that new door. All right, lovies, everything's in the description box. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.